Thanks for tuning in to the Suburban Toronto Real Estate Sales Report. I'm Debbie Gonin-Braun from Team Gonin at RE/MAX About Town. At Team Gonin, we specialize in residential real estate in the Oakville, Milton and Burlington, Ontario areas. Today I'm going to discuss the latest sales results for these three towns and city. Just a reminder that I use information from two sources, the Oakville, Milton and District Real Estate Board or OMDREB, and the Realtors Association of Hamilton Burlington, the Hamilton Board, when compiling my statistics. The April highlights are as follows. The real estate market continues to remain slower, with all three towns or cities showing a decrease in sales year over year. There were 893 total sales reported on OMDREB for the month of April, and this is down 16.23% from April last year. There were 1,451 total sales reported on the Hamilton board, and this too is down only by about 5.16% from April last year, but it is in fact up 4.09% from last month. New listing inventory has started to increase on OMDREB, with 1,464 new residential listings appearing on the Oakville Milton board for the month of April, and the number of new residential listings that were reported on the Hamilton board for April was 2,171, up 3.08% over April last year. The average and median sale prices in Oakville and Milton are showing increases over April last year, and some are in fact amongst the highest we've seen since 2008. Although the average price in Burlington is down slightly year over year, the median price is still higher than it was in 2010. The real estate market for 2011 is definitely off to a great start. I've used charts to compare results for each town and city. Again, just a reminder that I'm not only comparing this year's results to last year, but I'm also reviewing those back to 2008. Now, looking at the charts, you'll see that the blue color are sales in Oakville in 2008, the gold, those in 2009, the red 2010, and the green are for this year. For April, the results show that residential sales are down 15.6% from last year, but up 6.4% from 2009. The average sale price in Oakville for April was $626,062, and this is up 11.7% over last year. And as I mentioned, I always like to look at the median price because to me it's a truer indicator of prices. It's the number that sits right in the middle of all sales, so it really isn't skewed by one or two really high or low sales. The median price for Oakville for the month of April was $515 even, up 6.1% from last year, and it's the second highest we've seen this year and the second highest we've seen since 2008. Like the other two towns, the number of residential sales in Milton for the month of April was down, and it was down by about 17.1% from April of last year. Milton's residential average price for April was $411,459, and this is up 4.4% from last year. And as you can see from the chart, it's the highest we've seen this year, and it's amongst the highest we've seen since 2008. What you don't see in the charts is that $390 even was the median price for Milton for the month of April, and this is up again 4% year over year. It is in fact the highest we've seen so far this year, plus it's the highest we've seen since 2008. Like Oakville and Milton, Burlington sales are down year over year, with 345 residential sales taking place in April, which is down 9.2% when compared to April of last year. The average sale price in Burlington for April was $395,279, and this in fact is actually down 1.4% from last year. The median price, however, in Burlington was $371,177, and this is up 1.3% over last year. So what conclusions can we draw from these results? Well, the real estate market in these areas is definitely off to a great start. Although the number of sales are down when compared to 2010, the average and median prices have generally increased. April was quite varied in terms of real estate activity, in that during the election campaigning, the market was either really busy or quite slow. It definitely was not consistent as it generally is. Now that the election is over, however, I predict that the activity will continue strongly for the next month or two. New listing inventory is starting to increase again, but is still substantially lower than it has been in previous years. We are definitely in a more balanced market. However, we are still seeing multiple offers for homes that are priced very realistically and show well. As I mentioned last month, I don't think we're going to see the rate hikes originally expected in 2011. Interest rates continue to be exceptionally low, and I predict they will continue to be, although they may creep up slowly if inflation does continue to grow as quickly as it has been. The number of sales will trend upwards, but again, I would expect nowhere near the volumes that we experienced in previous years. And as I mentioned, the real estate market is off to a great start, and I would predict that 2011 will be a strong and balanced real estate market. What to do next? Well, if you're a buyer that's looking to buy a home within the next few months, I would recommend that you attend one of our latte and learning sessions where we offer free home buyer workshops. It's absolutely critical that you understand what the market is doing and what advantages there are for you. Not only will you have a great cup of coffee, but at the workshop you'll learn about the entire buying process as we discuss all the details from start to finish, and we have presentations by all sorts of people involved in the process. The Home Buyer Workshop can be found under the Buyers tab at the top of our blog site, www.suburbantorontorealestate.com. If your plans involve buying a home in the future, let's say within the next 6 to 12 months, I would recommend that you start to get home lists sent to you free by email. This way you can learn and watch to see for yourself what the real estate market is doing. Again, if you go under the Buyers tab on the blog site, you can select which home lists you would like to receive. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in to the Suburban Toronto Real Estate Sales Report for Oakville, Milton and Burlington, Ontario. My name is Debbie Gonan-Braun from Team Gonan at RE/MAX About Town. Have a wonderful day.